Hi people!
Hello!
Hi, it's February.
Yes.
And February is officially known for Valentine's Day. Because it is Valentine's Day, we have come up with date ideas because apparently people are running out of date ideas. So we've googled some, we've thought about some ideas, and we are going to share those date ideas. But before that, this is Counting Thoughts podcast, and we come here to discuss all ideas on the spectrum of big and small, and this is done to bring change one thought at a time. So Anmol, would you like to begin?
Yes, we'll put in a few ideas from our end which can help you plan your date.
I will try and mark those ideas.
Yes, so we'll straight get to it. I think I'll begin with one, which is, I think, it was initially suggested by Yasha, which is skill swap. So what you can do is, let's say one of you know how to play an instrument. Maybe it's a guitar or maybe it's violin. Maybe you can, teach the basic notes to your partner if they're interested,
But then I think this is going to be successful once you let go of that controlling nature. Say suppose I know how to bake. We are a couple and we are baking together. So I will take all the joy out of it if I try to control it. Idea of success of this particular date will rely on how much you can let go.
Priority at that point of time is enjoying that date rather than perfection.
Yeah, sharing an intimate moment.
Yes.
This is very analog of me, but okay. So pick one night and you can visit as many people as you know, and you can turn things in their house upside down without them noticing. This I think is a good date idea because this is very childlike. It's a shararti, like if it's done anywhere else or not. But then when we were kids, a group of kids, you would go to somebody's place, ring a bell and run away. this is that, and this is fun also. बाद में तुम्हारे friends बोलेंगे कि यार सामान ऊपर नीचे था, पता नहीं क्या हुआ था.
The third one would be probably a car date, I think. In India, at least it's famously known as Gedi. So you can go on Gedi.
In Punjab, it is known.
In Punjab. In northern India, it's तो आप Gedi पे जा सकते हो. And
I am not that Gedi person because say suppose me and my partner, अगर हम कहीं जा रहे हैं, so and we're driving. I will be focused on the road. Like if I am driving, I will be focused on the road and I will not be able to look into their eyes and have that chat. और मुझे ऐसे होता है कि हाथ पकड़ लो, can't hold your hand उसमें तो मुझे तो बड़ी anxiety हो जाती है. I've had friends who've gone up hills, so called, because Chandigarh is apparently at the foot. Geographically we're not very far away from mountains. So, अब up hills जाना है तो सड़कें तो they like curves and turns and उसमें क्या मेरे जैसे इंसान तो nauseous हो जाए. So if somebody has suggested कि गेड़ी पे चलते हैं up hills, so I've always been excited about reaching that place. But if you say that it was a very romantic drive, that I personally don't get. If you can be awkward with your partner, then nothing like it. So this is if you can do this, if you've had some time and if you're comfortable with your partner, you can pretend that you've never met and then loudly try to pick up each other and with all the cheesy lines like have you fallen from heaven because you're such an angel, such cheesy lines. So you can try and use them on each other loudly, and then you can act as if those lines are working. And this is awkward because you're trying to talk to each other loudly. There are few couples who enjoy being silly together, who share the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
So this will not work for somebody who enjoys very sophisticated dates because they would not want to be put in an awkward situation. So communication in any sort of date is important because you need to be able to communicate as to what both of you enjoy
and
okay, we lost
we lost the count, but okay.
Next idea.
The next idea is you can go for a pampering session together. Probably if you would want to go for a haircut or a hair spa, if you like pedicures and manicures.
I've done it with a friend because he wanted to meet me and I had already scheduled a pedicure. So he said that, okay, I'll come and meet you wherever you are getting the goddamn pedicure. So he came and the staff there was so convincing. They convinced him कि सर आप भी पेडिक्योर लो ना, आप खाली तो है पेडिक्योर से, आप भी ले लो. And he got so awkward. He ended up enjoying it. That turned out really good. You can chat with each other. You can discuss stuff, and this is a good idea if you want to just reconnect.
Yeah, probably if you want to reconnect.
Gossip भी कर सकते हो आप ऐसे.
Yeah, I think I met one of school friends and we were like, let's sit down with our nails done together and then we'll drink some coffee, then we'll come back.
So I think the next idea, you can create photo evidence of an adventure trip that did not happen. So basically you come together, you act as if you're on a trip and you create photo evidence. ऐसे पहाड़ के पास photo जाके, ऐसे इधर उधर photo जाके, so you create photo evidence and then you build a trip, ऐसे fictional trip. There is somebody I know who actually did this during the pandemic because they were not able to go out. The society club houses होते हैं.
Yeah.
They sneaked in. It was illegal. I'm not telling you to sneak in, but they sneaked in and they took their own candles, battery candles. They create photos of their hands and they're like, we've come on a date, on a candlelight dinner, and they're telling me कि हम तो कहीं नहीं गए थे, हम तो club house गए थे. Ha. जबरदस्ती they tag a restaurant on Instagram and
I think it's cute.
It's cute. Yes, they had fun.
Which reminds me, because of the pandemic, there are a lot of people who are in long distance relations. So you can probably plan a Skype date or like an online date. So what you can do is you decide that, okay, this is the time I'll be awake, and both of you have, okay, today I'm also eating pizza and you're also eating pizza. So you order it together and then you
Skype.
Screen share. Yeah, you can Skype, and then there is a screen share option. You can watch something together, have a romantic date together. You can visually see them, you can talk to them, you're enjoying the drinks and your favorite food together. So that is something you can do if you're in a long distance relation.
I would do this, but I would end up missing them.
That's the whole point.
So this is not a date idea. This couple, they were in a long distance relationship. So whenever the guy would come and meet the girl, sticky notes pe he would write little things and fold them and put it in her पॉकेट, ऐसे कबर्ड में, पैंट्री में, चावल के डब्बे में, दाल के डब्बे में. He would just write random things. They formed this ritual that she would collect all these notes and put them together, tie them with a ribbon and give it to him when they would meet. He would keep a note of कि मैंने कितने notes छोड़े. Then he would tell her that you found 22 but I left 25 notes, so go and find 3 more notes. I mean, he said that this was his way of enabling her to cope with the distance.
It's a similar idea. So if you're away for, let's say, 30 days or 60 days, so you can write down 30 cute sticky notes, and every day when you wake up you read one note.
The attention this guy is giving this girl is goals.
There are guys and girls who put in these kinds of effort, and they exist.
One more couple that I know, the guy is living in India, the girl he is seeing is living in Japan. The guy gets up earlier and the girl gets up later, a little late, but then they've synced it in such a way that when they get up they can have that morning call. Although this is very minuscule, सोचने में ऐसा लगता है कि he says that it has given them the patience to bear with long distance. When they first told me कि we sleep together and we wake up together, and I'm like, elaborate. So when he told me this, I was melting. I was melting. ये long distance थोड़ा off track हो गया. These are not ideas that we had, but then you can use them.
Yeah. Or you can also, you can do a podcast date probably.
Yes. This has to be specified.
Yeah. Probably what you can do is listen to this podcast or
this episode. Yes.
This episode, and you and your guy or girl can pick one idea that, use it and let us know if you do.
Yes. So this is like a date idea that will keep on giving, because एक बार you have to listen to this podcast, and then if you like all the ideas, you can use all the ideas, and you will have, by the end of it, maybe you have 10, 15, 16, whatever you have, and you can explore whatever you like. One other idea is, so for people who can do this, go on a drive where only right hand turns are allowed. So once you get stuck, then you start taking left turns only. You keep doing this till you reach something interesting. You click photographs along the way. You can click photographs once you reach that interesting place. Maybe it's a restaurant that you reach. You can have a date over there. My friend who's an architect said that, she told me that ये चंडीगढ़ में नहीं चलेगा, but ये किसी दिल्ली जैसे शहर में, दिल्ली गुड़गांव जैसे शहर में, this is a good idea.
Yeah, that's true. Another thing that you can do is you can make something together. Friend of mine, they recently got married. So what they did was, when they met each other, they swapped t-shirts and they were like, you make something like,
for me,
and I'll make something for you, whatever. Like, use your creativity and
t-shirt पे कुछ बना दो,
कुछ भी, whatever you want to.
ये म्यूचुअल वाले में, if you're making something, you can also make on a date. I've seen people, वो बड़े बड़े puzzles नहीं आते हैं, sit down and puzzle solve कर सकते हो, Lego से कुछ बना सकते हो. So like on the note of making things, this is something very cliche, but I want to be able to do it. I want to be able to make blanket forts, and
I love it.
In all the fiction that I have read, like 50% of the time the guy will make a fort for a girl. You collect all the pillows and you collect blankets and you make a fort, and then you can sit there, have coffee, hot chocolate. So if you haven't done it for your better half, you can.
Next idea could play pretend. Like, probably when we say play pretend, it can be two things. You can tell your partner that, okay, I had this childhood fantasy. Are you up to it? Or if not that, then you can play pretend that you don't know. You just know the location, the venue. Then you go there and you act up as if you don't know each other. You are strangers, and then you play
trying
pretend.
to pick up the other person.
Pick the other person, guess their game, and all of those things. So that kind of play pretend can also work. Like,
if you actually find a partner who enjoys reading and enjoys books as much as you do, what you can do is you can go to a bookstore and write as a sticky notes, tiny messages for future readers. So this was not a date. Like I say, we would go to Landmark and sit and waste time in Landmark. What I have actually done is that there was this couple who had come and they were looking for book. The girl was looking at a book. The guy had that look कि मेरे पास पैसे होते तो मैं तुझे ये खरीद के दे देता. So I bought that book and I gave it to him to give it to her. I had not planned कि मैं जाके किताब खरीदूंगी, but उसके बाद I kept notice. Like, once this incident happened, so now whenever I visit a store and I see somebody who's liking, it does not have to be a couple, but then if I see somebody who's really liking a particular book, I actually buy it for let me buy this for you. So
the book lover in you is showing.
shows the book lover in me shows.
If let's say next date idea could be if there is a budget issue, or if there's a time issue, there's some sort of issue involved with the date, what you can plan something simple. Let's say if you're living together, you can surprise your partner, like cook something, because you're anyway going to cook the dinner, right?
अगर कुछ भी नहीं कर रहे हो तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है I've seen people like this was a date idea that they did like every once or twice a month, walk to a park and play hide and seek, and it was so fun because you sort of live your childhood. It does not have to be all cuddly and romantic. It could be fun also. I think this is also somebody I knew has done.
सबके डेट आइडियाज
चुरा लिया हमने. And this came out of a fight. Like, the guy is telling the girl to decide and the girl is telling the guy to decide. And nobody is able to decide. The girl is like, one person will drive, the other person will sit. They will close their eyes, and whenever there is a turn about to come, left or right, which turn, or if there is a roundabout, which exit. Person is sitting with eyes closed, blindfolded. They don't know where they're going. Whatever first restaurant they will reach, they will sit and eat there.
That's it.
It became a them thing. Like, it became something exclusive that they did, and they started looking forward to doing this.
You can also, BuzzFeed test, take that test together.
There are random quizzes on BuzzFeed that you can probably sit on a video call and take together and discuss the outcomes of that quiz.
I think
one cutie thing you can also do, ये long distance में भी हो सकता है, and this you can do if you live together in person as well. Pick a movie probably on Netflix, or you can rent a movie. हमारे ज़माने में you can watch that movie, but then improvise dialogues. Like I have done this with my brother. So South Indian movies, like they have a different language ही अलग है. हमें नहीं समझ में आती है. We don't understand what they're saying. You look at them and read their expressions and have your own tiny dialogue delivery.
So you can probably, if they are have that kind of sense of humor, you can tell them, okay, this is the show you've been watching, so I'll sit and watch with you. But you're going to make fun of it, so you know.
There is one date idea that I was discussing with Anmol. Maybe you can pick a, like on Valentine's especially, you can pick a color, whatever, green, blue, whatever you want to pick.
Black or white,
whatever you want to pick. So you pick up that color. You both get dressed in the same color. So if you pick up red, both of you wear something red, and then you drive to a place that has like probably a banner that is red, or a decoration, or something that is red, and then you order something that is red. So like if you're wearing red, you can order red wine, and you can order red sauce pasta or whatever. You can order something red.
So you color code it.
So your date is color coded basically. Let's end on a romantic note. One thing that you can do is sometimes you're not confident in your voice. कई बार ऐसा होता है, and I understand. So what you can, like if you can sing, good for you. Like, and this works for both. This is romantic, and this works for both long distance people and people who are living together. So sing a song and dedicate it to your partner. Now, if you cannot sing, what you can do is you can pick lines that probably resonate with your situation, or resonate with your partner, or maybe there are like, so then this is my song, this is our song,
yes,
right? So you can pick those lines and you can dedicate it to your partner. Now where the romantic part comes is, you can do it every hour. Every hour you dedicate a particular song to your partner. If you can sing. If you cannot sing, maybe write lyrics, or maybe send a link. Spotify, YouTube, anything. Send a link to your partner. Like if not anything else, it will leave your partner smiling. I have a friend, she will send me songs, links of songs.
Yeah.
And she says that I am not creative enough to write a song. Like dedicating somebody poetry, or dedicating somebody a song.
It makes them feel loved a
lot.
It works for me. Works for her. Works for all the girls I know.
Works for me. Even
there are little date ideas, little things that you can do in February.
You can either use it as, as your Valentine
point of reference.
As your point of reference for Valentine's Day, or for the Valentine week, or for the month.
Entire month. Or for the year if you want.
And make your partner feel loved.
So that's it from our end for the first episode, of course, in February. We'll continue this theme most likely.
Yeah, we'll try and continue the love theme in the entire month, and I hope that helps you understand love a little bit better.
Yes, so thank you so much for listening. Lots of love and happy Valentine's.
Bye. Enjoy Valentine's.